Hello and welcome to That's Football. It's our watch along for the Real Madrid versus Borussia Dortmund game. It's just kicked off. We're a little bit late, but don't worry, there's not been any goals, but it's been a very open start as you would expect. Dortmund have got to win this game. If you watched it a couple of weeks ago, we did the Dortmund versus Spurs game. Fantastic game it was. Dortmund very much the better side, but lost obviously to Spurs, who played a perfect sucker punch game. Today, little bit different. Real Madrid come to town, champions of Europe, and Dortmund will need to impose themselves and get a result. And Dortmund haven't been doing that well of late. Real Madrid have not been doing that well of late. So there will be opportunities in this game. Let me get the live comments up and working, then I can start interacting and all that jazz, as they say. Yeah, Real Madrid not been doing so well lately, but a game for them, they can't afford to lose either. Spurs would love a draw, or I think that's any result will suit Spurs as long as they win in Cyprus, which we'll keep you abreast with throughout the game, as per usual. But let me have a quick look what's going on. Okay, we're up and running. Okay, so how are we doing? 0-0 Real Madrid and Dortmund, and I expect Dortmund will impose themselves. But if I was Real Madrid, I would look at what Spurs did to them a couple of weeks ago and think, look, you know what? They're a bit toothless at the moment, Dortmund. Let's hit them on the break with the quality we've got and soak it all up. So let's see what happens. Hi, the football guy. Louis2705 says, I hope Real win because I'm a Spurs fan and we need Dortmund to lose again to give us an advantage. I suppose if you are from a Spurs perspective, Real Madrid losing is probably the way you want to go. But having said that, you know, Spurs at Wembley might be able to give Real Madrid a bit of a game. Hi Mr. Goldie, says Chad. Hello Chad. Remember to drop a like on the video. Remember to share it. Let's get as many people watching as possible. But it's 0-0 at the moment. I've not even had much of a chance to check what the team is. But looking at Real Madrid, I can definitely see Kroos and Modric, and I presume Casemiro is playing. Ramos is definitely playing because I can see him. Ronaldo's playing. I think Gareth Bale has started as well. Yeah, he has. So, yeah, I mean, what I would say again is keep your eyes out for Pulisic. I absolutely love Pulisic. I think he's absolutely fantastic. And just to keep people abreast, it's been all going off on Twitter and the video I did this morning. We will be starting a FIFA 18 career on this channel very, very soon, and the top 4 teams at the moment, well actually it's pretty much looking like it will be Southampton, Everton or Spurs. You can still cast your vote on that. I'll take them from here as well, but I have got it up on Twitter. That's probably going to start on Friday, but as a little bonus there's probably going to be 2 career modes going because I'm thinking of doing a Serie A one as well because I love Serie A and I think it's really coming back, and I'm thinking of being the old lady Juventus because they're my favourite team. But Cali United says, I can't stand Real Madrid. I hope they lose. What's the other Champions League fixtures on today, says Kofi. So Spurs are playing Apol Nicosia. Man City are playing some Tosh at home. And Liverpool are away in Moscow. They're playing Moscow of the Spartak, whereas Manchester United are playing Moscow of the CSKA. Are you going to do anything on the United stand tonight, says Hezo. Yes, it's already set up. There's a preview for the CSKA game, which will be at 9:30 tonight. Real Madrid, ooh, good ball through by Modric, but Bale keep it quickly off his line. I tell you what, this is the group that we'll probably be covering mostly on That's Football because Real Madrid, Dortmund and Spurs means that one of them every week will be playing each other, and I think they're the pick of the round. Unfortunately, I'd like to have done Bayern PSG tomorrow, but I can't do it because I'll be watching United play CSKA on the United stand, and Xander says he wants to watch United, but you know, it's a good game to do, a very good game to do. Don't do Juve, says Kieran Colbeck. It's too easy. Well, this is what it's all about. We're just talking about FIFA 18 career modes as well whilst we're watching the game. Definitely going to do a Premier League one. Probably going to be Spurs, Everton or Southampton at the moment. Crystal Palace got a few votes, but basically I'm not doing Manchester United. Even though I'm a United fan, the way I'm going to do it is a little bit more of a challenge. I want to be offered the Manchester United job, so I'm going to start off somewhere else, and I think it will make it far more interesting. But I am going to probably do a Serie A one as well, and I'm thinking Juventus is the club I like in Serie A, but it probably is a little bit too easy, like people say. So maybe AC Milan. I've never liked Inter Milan. Maybe AC Milan. Sander Sagers says, evening, you got it, Mark. What minute are we in? I got it set up. Yeah, I was struggling a bit because we have BT Sports over here and the 3 channels weren't showing it, but you just have to red button it and then you can pick whatever game you like. United Stand will be live tonight at 9:30 with a preview. Don't worry about that. If you are new to That's Football, remember subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, the generic football channel. That is the football channel to talk about football. We'll be doing watch-alongs for all the best games. We don't randomly pick them. We pick the big ones. So we will be doing City v Man City v Chelsea on Saturday night. That'll be your next watch-along. And potentially we're going to do Real Madrid on Sunday night against Espanyol. Depends if Xander wants to do it. He's living in Madrid at the moment, so there's a bit of an interest in Madrid for any Madristas or out there. Don't know whether we've got any Dortmund fans, but I think there's a few people who'd rather Dortmund win. Ronaldo nearly getting a shot away there, but Dortmund defending well. I tell you what, I watched Dortmund play Spurs at Wembley a couple of weeks ago, and Dortmund really took the game to Spurs, and Spurs hit them on the break. At the moment, this is quite 50-50. Madrid are really giving it a good go. Mark, who do you think will win on Saturday, Chelsea or City? A lot of football to be played before then, Chad. I don't think it'll be a draw, let's just say that. I think City might win it. That was very close from their keeper, says Jay Krishna. Yeah, keepers both like to play with it at the back. Ronaldo can't dribble anymore, says Alexander L. Well, obviously, lovely little ball through here. This should be 1-0. They've got them on the ropes. All he needs to do is square it. Went selfish, and that was selfish from the fullback. If I was Ronaldo, I would be absolutely furious. The ball from the midfield got the right back away for Real Madrid. There's basically only one Dortmund defender. There's 2 strikers, including Ronaldo. All he's got to do is roll it across. He goes past the defender and takes the shot himself. Keeper makes a good save. That should be 1-0 to Real Madrid. Absolutely greed from the right back. Ronaldo should have another goal to stat pad. He would have had a tap in. You'd be absolutely furious. Absolutely furious with that right back there. Instead of me saying that right back, I didn't want to shout out his name just in case I got it wrong, but I am going to go and check the teams now because I've sort of come into this very... I was out collecting my daughter from her football, so I didn't get to check the team news. Napoli are beating Feyenoord 1-0. That's actually in City's group, isn't it? Apart from that, there's no other goals at the moment. So it was Carvajal, for Real Madrid, the right back there. Varane, Ramos, Nacho, back 4. Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, Isco, Ronaldo, Bale, and Asensio's on the bench. You look at the Real Madrid bench now, and it doesn't look particularly strong, does it? It's a lot of potential coming through. Kagawa's on the bench for Dortmund. Any United fans? Aubameyang's playing. Pulisic isn't playing. He's on the bench. I don't know what that's all about. That's stunning. Pulisic is on the bench for Dortmund. That's really disappointing. So they are Berkey, Pizec, and there's another good chance for Real Madrid there while I'm talking to you. Again, getting in down the right, putting Ronaldo through. You'd fancy, well, Ronaldo this time should be looking for the pass. He does. He just gets it wrong for Bale. Should be 2-0 Real Madrid here. Toprak, Toljan, Goetz, Sahin, Castro, Yarmolenko, Aubameyang, Philip for Dortmund. So no Pulisic. Hopefully he will come on at some point because that's one of the big reasons I was watching the show, because I love Pulisic. But Real Madrid are in the ascendancy after the first 10 minutes here. But this is why we do That's Football, really. This is the sort of games that obviously everyone. Here we go. Oh, Ronaldo's put it over the bar. Oh, he's offside anyway. But they're getting in so many times. It's Ramos here down the right, cut back to Ronaldo. They're both offside. But Dortmund's defence looking as dodgy as it did at Wembley at times here. But yeah, this is why we love football. Obviously, everyone knows who I support, but I do watch a lot of football, as I'm sure you do, and that's what That's Football's all about. It doesn't really matter who you support. It's a channel for football fans of football to get involved, watch games together. We're going to do, we do the Premier League preview. We're going to do lots of other things like that as the channel grows. We will have call-ins for you to call in and have debates and stuff like that. Very easy to do. We just need to get a bit of a bigger audience and a bit of a more diverse audience. So if you support Real Madrid, Dortmund or any other club, make sure you click that subscribe button. I'm sure we can hit 16,000 tonight. And get involved. We're going to be watching some big games this season on That's Football, and this is how a watch along works. Some people still don't understand what I'm going to make. Yeah, sorry, I'm going to make the live chat a bit bigger. It's hard for me to tell. Before I do that, let me just make that bigger. There we go. We're going to do some... the way the watch-along works is, whether you can watch the game or not, we'll keep you updated, obviously, but it works better if you watch it with us, and then you've got... How many have we got? Over 1,000 people watching a football match together. That's what a watch-along is. We do it on the United stand for Manchester United. If anyone's ever seen us over there, doesn't matter if you haven't, because this isn't about Manchester United, it's about all clubs. But here's Dortmund on the break. Now they've got the opportunity to pull it back. He's been greedy as well. Oh, off the line by Ramos. They wanted it to be given. It wasn't. Again, very similar to the right back for Real Madrid. They're in down the right. There's only one defender. This time, he isn't selfish. The Dortmund player puts the cross in. It's just over Aubameyang. He would have had an open goal. And it falls to Philippe, who hits it back towards the goal. And it's cleared. It's nowhere near over the line. But realistically, this game should be 1-1. Both clubs have got in down the right and fluffed what really should have been a good chance. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Dortmund should be 1-0 up, says Jer O'Neill. I think Real Madrid have had two very good chances as well at the moment. It's a cracking game. Definitely the right game to have picked tonight across Europe. This is a cracker. And if you love football, you'll be watching this game because it's the best game. Hi Mark, says Jay Krishna. Dortmund should be... Yeah, I've read that one. Get your comments in. Who cares? We are the ones that should knock the wind out their sails, says Owen Luke. This game needs a goal. It's Dortmund's corner. Header... It's end-to-end stuff, though. It's a cracking game. I mean, Dortmund cannot afford to lose this. Losing to Spurs last week, obviously. They need to now win all their home games, I think, to have a chance. Which it's still very much open. If they beat Spurs here, then it just levels it, doesn't it? But if they can beat Madrid, it will put them back in the game. And they're a very good side, Dortmund, regardless of... Bayern Munich are probably always going to win that league now because they just buy Dortmund's best players. But they do move the ball around in the right way, Dortmund. Do you think Madrid will catch Barca in the league, Mark, says Dylan Hogan. I think it's interesting because Xander, who does some of the watch-alongs on this channel with me, I think he likes Madrid. And oh, here we go. Nice. It's overhit again. If they could get the final ball right, both these teams. Ronaldo into the box, trying a few tricks. Duh, it's a bit of a hard pass into the feet of Isco, and Dortmund will clear. In La Liga, if you drop points like Real Madrid have, that could be the end of it. But having said that, Barcelona have been in the shadow of Real Madrid for the last couple of years. Dembele's out for a while. But I said at the start of the season, and Xander wouldn't have it, I said, don't write Barcelona off. I've got a feeling Barcelona are going to be good this year. I can't remember whenever the first El Clasico is, we'll be doing it on That's Football anyway. We'll do a watch-along for that. So we are going to monitor the big games in all the leagues. Not really been a big game in... we'll do PSG Monaco. We'll do Dortmund Bayern Munich. But there's not really been any big games in the other leagues yet, so we will do that. The match has started, the football guy. Don't worry, I am going to, by the weekend, we will have an overlay that's got the score, the teams, and the timer on it. But we are 15 minutes in so far. We've not been up and running that long on That's Football, so we will get all that sorted. And Xander is on the live comment, so he will know that he said that Barcelona have got no chance this year. Sander Sager says, I'll admit to this point I've been wrong about Barcelona. George Kyle says that Real Madrid have lost their edge. Also, Ronaldo being suspended hasn't helped. Good cross coming in here. Ronaldo, he won it. He probably should have gone for goal. He tried to head it down. I don't think Real Madrid have lost their edge. I think Real Madrid just take a little bit of time to get going, and I think by the business end of the season, I wouldn't bet against Real Madrid winning the Champions League. To be honest, they've been my favourites. I think the thing about Real Madrid is that they, I think their summer plans got really messed up by PSG. I think Barcelona did in losing Neymar, but I really think that Real Madrid wanted and expected to get Mbappe, and it just didn't work out. It's 0-0 at the moment, Joanne. And it's 1-0 to Real Madrid. It's Gareth Bale. I just missed that. I was looking at something else on the screen. Let's watch it back. That man Bale. Many expected him to leave. Some thought he'd come to United this summer, just gone, but he's scored for Real Madrid here, and a very important goal. It's been a very open game. Carvajal puts the cross in, and Bale finishes it very, very well. I'd like to see that from behind the goal. It's sort of a dinky little cross, and on the volley, Bale, lovely. Keeper again, suspect. The Dortmund keeper's very suspect, isn't he? But Bale, that's smooth as you like. Not easy, that skill that he's just done to put that in the back of the net. 1-0 Real Madrid. Probably on the balance of the play, they deserve it. But yeah, 1-0 to Real Madrid at the moment. And David says, and people don't want Bale. I never thought Bale would come to United, speaking from a Manchester United point of view. But whether United, Chelsea, City or any other club that could get Bale, I think you'd be mad not to take him. You know, people talk about Bale and his injury problems like that, like he's not world class. You know, I mean, look at Paul Pogba. He could be out for 3 months. We wouldn't not have him at United. Same with Aguero. He has a lot of injury problems with his hamstrings. You wouldn't not have him. It's weird how people go on about injury records and I wouldn't want Bale because he's injury prone. Like, you know, he's not better than most people's squad. Mark, are Real Madrid and Barca players immune from being tackled? It's terrible, says Vincent O'Hara. I don't think Dortmund are a very good tackling side anyway, from what I've seen so far. We can't show you the game, those people are asking. It's a watch along, but I don't think it's going to be long before before Real Madrid score again. Dortmund's defence is abysmal. It was abysmal against Spurs. It's been abysmal here. They need to get. I don't know why Pulisic isn't playing. It's very surprising. Very surprising indeed. But Dortmund, no wonder Liverpool and Dortmund have such close ties because they're exactly the same. Well, let's have a quick look what's going on around Europe. I can tell you now, it is 1-0 to Besiktas against RP Leipzig. That's a good group. It's a bit of a group of death, that, isn't it? With I think they're in with Monaco and Porto, aren't they? Just a cross coming in from Dortmund there. 0-0 for Liverpool still. 0-0 Shakhtar Donetsk and Man City. 0-0 Apon Nicosia and Tottenham. Obviously Real Madrid winning here. Sevilla and Maribor 0-0. And now Napoli are still winning against Feyenoord. Liverpool nearly just scored a goal. And thanks everybody. We've gone past 16,000 subscribers on That's Football. Remember, it doesn't matter who you support. We've got a lot of content coming up on the channel. It's not just watch-alongs, although we will be doing quite a few watch-alongs and watching the big games. So join us for that throughout the season. But we will have other things as well. Again, Dortmund's final ball really lets them down. It was a good little bit of interchange then between Philip and Aubameyang. Aubameyang gets it. All he's got to do is play him back in, and he doesn't. He's greedy. Some really... Yeah, It's interesting. I don't know what people think, but it's very interesting when you're used to Premier League football and then you go and watch a bit of European football, and that's what I try to do throughout the season, because especially Champions League, the balls that these midfielders are playing from both Dortmund and Real Madrid, defence splitting passes are something to behold, and you don't really see a lot of that in the Premier League. There's a few players who can do it, but there's been a lot of it in this game. Anyway, 1-0 to Real Madrid. Mark, do you think Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi is the GOAT? Well, I always go Ronaldo. I think Messi's the better footballer, but Ronaldo, I just think if you stick Ronaldo up front for any club in the world, whether it's United, City, whether it's Roma, Milan, Dortmund, whoever, he's going to score you 40 goals a season guaranteed. So for me, his physicality and everything's great. But if you want to watch a great footballer, Messi's the better footballer now, because Ronaldo, like somebody was saying before, he's not a player who runs at people as much as he used to. Who will win the Champions League this year and why, says Jacobs. I think Real Madrid will. I don't think they're playing very well at the moment, but it was a bit similar last season, if I recall. Real Madrid, by the time the business end comes along, they'll be the best. And let's not forget, it suits teams like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Barcelona, because when it comes to March, that's when their leagues really benefit them, because they're in leagues that really you don't have that many tough challenges. Whereas if you're from Serie A or you're from the Premier League, you're in leagues that are very, very competitive all the time. Who's winning, says Kai Mali. It's 1-0 to Real Madrid. Gareth Bale with a lovely smooth finish from a cross from Carvajal. Asan Gamer says, can you put the scoreboard up? We will have it up for the City v Chelsea game on Sunday. It's half done. I've just been working on it, so it will be done soon. Mark, which country will provide the Champions League winner this year, says Vincent. Spain. Yeah, definitely Spain. I mean, to be honest with you, the only other country that could be... I know a lot of people think PSG. I don't think PSG at all. PSG aren't hardened enough to do it. Here is a good little run from Isco. Shoots and the keeper saves it. But this getting on the break... Oh, sorry, it wasn't Isco. It was Bale. 23 minutes gone. 1-0 Joshua White. 1-0 at the moment. We've obviously got a lot of people who are tuning in thinking this is a live stream of the game. This is a live stream watch along. Anything you're looking for on YouTube is actually illegal unless BT Sports are showing it, which they sometimes do. But this is a watch along. This is something we've started doing on this channel. So get involved, subscribe, and lots of other things going on as well. Can't wait to start doing the call-ins actually, because the more different fans of different clubs we've got, the more interesting those calls are going to be. Again, I would say probably international break we'll start doing that. And we are, breaking news, we will be doing Wales versus Ireland watch along in the international break. And we'll probably do both England games as well. So we don't stop for the international break on That's Football. There will be games for us to watch. I don't think there's any other big games, but we'll certainly be keeping an eye on them. We're also going to be looking out for some of the South American teams as well in their qualifiers. If there's a big game there, we'll do it. I'd love to do a Brazil game if they've got somebody good. I haven't looked at their fixtures. That did look like a handball in the Real Madrid penalty box there, Cali United. I thought that. Dortmund crossed it and it seemed to catch someone's hand. Chad Sproul says that the Spartak Moscow manager has called his mate Antonio Conte to ask about Liverpool, and he told him their weaknesses. It looks like it's working so far. He could have called us up. He could have called anybody up on here. Spartak Moscow are winning. It's 1-0. Fernando. Can you hear my name? Fernando. Any ABBA lovers out there? I could easily tell him Liverpool's weaknesses. Just sit back and hit him on the break, mate. That's what you need to do. Liverpool is a very good team, but have a poor defence, says Eslam. United, lads, has predicted that Manchester United will be the last British side in Europe. I think City are going to do quite well. I think Pep has started to build a team that's sort of around his model, and with a favourable Champions League group, I suspect that City will go quite far. They can't win it. They can't win it. Any idea where I can watch the match, says Clinton Tay. Well, we'll keep you updated on here. Hi Mark, says the football guy. I'm sure I've said hello to you once before. People laughing at Liverpool. Liverpool had a very good chance before that. I don't think they'll be out for long. Wales will smash Ireland, says Donald Eggington. I'm actually looking forward to that Wales-Ireland game. I mean, I was going to watch it anyway, and I thought let's do a watch along for it, because obviously I just think it's going to be a cracking game, and my loyalty is with Ireland, I'm afraid, because I lived there for 3 years. But not massively. I'm not hating on the Welsh. I think I'm just looking forward to a good game. It's a bit like watching this. I don't really favour either side. You just pick it because as a football fan, it's a good game. I don't know, have we got any Real Madrid fans or Dortmund fans on tonight? Let us know. I have high expectations for Man City in the UEFA Champions League this season, says Joshua White. Do you think Messi will go to City, says ASN Gamer? I think if Messi was going to go anywhere, he probably would go to Man City because of the money and Pep. But I suspect he'll probably fill out his career at Barcelona. Victor Canava says, hello everyone, and Mark, hello Victor. Would you ever move back to Ireland, Mark, says Dylan Hogan? Yeah, I would. I'd love to. It just doesn't really fit in with my life at the moment, but I would go back, yeah. Will Liverpool get out the group stage? Hezzo. I think they will. Sevilla are 1-0 up against Maribor. I think Liverpool will get enough points. Yeah, I think they will. Bale just had a good shot there, right just before half an hour mark. I'm a Real Madrid fan, says ex-Smashers. Well done, welcome. And Clinton says, Dortmund fan here, and I'm confident we won't lose. Well, it's good. I'll tell you what, that's great. Any Liam Gallagher fans, Mohammed? As you were, yes. It's great to have fans for the clubs on. I don't really care who you support because you're all very welcome, but it is good to have that different fan opinion. David Beckham says, you look like Dan from Imagine Dragons. You know I'm going to Google it. I tell you what, it's not a bad shout. Not terrible. That's not bad. I've never heard of them in my bloody life, but that is quite a good call. It's certainly better than Ed Woodward. Certainly better than Ed Woodward. So still 0-0 for Tottenham. And Man City, Shakhtar Donetsk. You think that they would wipe the floor with them, wouldn't you? Especially in relation to the lineup that City have put out. Edison, Walker, Stones, Otamendi, Delph, De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Silva, Jesus, Aguero, Sane. Very strong team from them. But at the moment, it's 0-0. And not a hell of a lot of goals floating around. Loving it. I love the Champions League. Who do I want to win? Says ex-Smashers. Well, Aubameyang's in here, but Ramos has shown all his experience and blocked the shot. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't really have a preference. I don't have a preference in this game. I just want to... This is what I do a lot of when I'm not passionately watching my club, is just pick games that I want to watch and enjoy and enjoy the football. And whoever comes out on top, hopefully the best side will win. I like Dortmund. I do like Dortmund. I like their philosophy. But I like Real Madrid. I don't like Real Madrid. A lot of things about Real Madrid I don't like. But I love Ronaldo. I like Bale because he's British. I think Sergio Ramos is an absolute arse. But I'd love him to play for my team. I think he's great in that sense. I love their midfield. I think Kroos, Modric and Casemiro are the archetypal midfield three. I don't think there isn't a better midfield three in world football. But what I like about them, there's no real superstar. And when I mean superstar, there's no United have Pogba and all the glamour and the sort of Galactico. They're top class players, but then they're not like glamour players. And I really like that midfield three. So there's lots to admire about both teams. I almost prefer watching teams I don't support sometimes, says Dylan. You can't just be relaxed and unbiased and enjoy. Yeah, I think that's spot on. Spot on. Do that's football Champions League Super Brew group, says Kieran Byrne. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And Hassan Gamer says he hates Real Madrid with all his heart. Jay Krishna says that Ramos is the Diego Costa of defence. Yeah, he is. You're very right. Liverpool have equalised 1-1. I think if Liverpool get a result in Spartak Moscow, they will go through that group. It'll be them and Sevilla. Because they'll definitely beat Moscow at Anfield, because the European teams just don't know how to defend in general against the English sides. The English sides tend to always get the result. Rachel Vermont says, love him or hate him, Ramos is a world-class true leader. Coutinho scored, says Shane. It's a funny situation with Coutinho, isn't it? How the Liverpool fans have to convince themselves that he loves their club, even though he was crying 2 days before the end of the transfer window because he wanted to leave. But football fans, we're all like it. We'll all convince ourselves of the best scenario for our club, won't we? But Coutinho's a good player. I'm sure Liverpool would rather have him, even if he's unhappy, than not have him. But this game sort of settled down a bit. I think the next goal will be crucial. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's going to be Real Madrid, because Real Madrid are starting to dictate the play. Keeper comes out and gets that cross. I'm quite surprised that they've not played Pulisic, because he was man of the match against Spurs. Sander says, for all the big games at the Bernabeu, I'm going to do a matchday vlog to capture the fan experience. That he'll be putting them up on That's Football, because he's living over in Madrid. It's 1-0 for those people asking the score. Monaco are losing 1-0 to Porto. That's quite interesting. Repeat of the Champions League final. Was it 2004 or 2005 when Jose Mourinho won it? Good bit of defending there. Aubameyang nearly getting in, but Carvajal coming across and defending it on the blind side. Yeah, Monaco-Porto is a repeat of that final that Mourinho won with Porto. Ronaldo is playing, yes. The football guy says, I hope Spurs get beat. I think he's an Arsenal fan. Great defending there, says Dylan Hogan. Could do with a goal from Dortmund just to make it a little bit more exciting. And you'd hope, being the home side, that they're not going to not score. I think if Madrid get the next one, it's going to be game over. What's with all the dislikes, says Luke Escobar? Well, what tends to happen is when people don't realise what a watch-along is, they put they don't read the title and they think they're going to turn on and be watching a game of football, which is illegal on YouTube, by the way. It's totally illegal to stream games on YouTube, so we'd never do that. So what we do is we offer something up that a lot of people enjoy, which is a watch-along. So you might be watching it. Commentary these days is diabolical, whether it's in the UK or anywhere else. So nearly 1,000 of us sitting watching the game. Some people won't be watching the game because they can't, but we'll keep you abreast of what's happening. And just a football community that we're building, that we can watch the big games together. I think the World Cup's going to be fantastic. Because football can be quite lonely watching it on your own if you've not got your mates round or anything like that, or you're not down the pub. So that's what a watch-along's all about. But you get dislikes because people think you should be showing the game. Septic Falcon says, I've loved the United stand since 10,000 subscribers. Thanks, pal. And hopefully Dortmund can keep their 41 unbeaten home streak, says Clinton Tay, which is very, very important. Are Arsenal playing tomorrow? Are you having a laugh? When does the Europa League happen? It happens on a Thursday. What are the Arsenal in? The Europa League. So they're playing Thursday night. And Lewis2705 says he enjoys the watch-alongs. Look, that's what happened. A lot of people will start to like these. We've been doing them on the United stand for about 18 months now, and it wasn't even our idea. It came from the fans and from the viewers. Sorry, and you will get really into it. We enjoy doing it, and if you're new to That's Football, click that subscribe button, get involved, click the bell so you get all our notifications. We don't just do watch-alongs. We've got lots of stuff going on, which reminds me. If you like FIFA 18, we will be starting the career modes on here in the next couple of days. Probably going to be Friday night, but it could be before then. Just keep an eye out. Definitely going to do a Premier League club. Probably going to be... I don't want to do any of the real top sides. I want to sort of start and then get a job at a top club. So at the moment, it's sort of been voted for by you. We've got Everton, Spurs and Southampton as the front leaders, but it's not been decided yet. So let us know in the live comments what you think. And also, we're going to do a Serie A one as well, because the Italian league, I think, is the most competitive league behind the Premier League. Not saying it's got the best teams, but it's the most competitive league. And a few people have said do a Serie A club. So let us know what club you'd like us to do in the Premier League and in Serie A. Hamza says he's just got a notification that Atletico Madrid have completed the Costa signing from Chelsea. I thought they already had, to be honest. The BVB stadium is stunning, says David. It is. And Ryan McSwiggan says, what's happening at the moment? Well, it's 1-0 to Real Madrid. We've got 36 minutes in. And I'd say it's about right on the balance of play, but good game to watch, because both, certainly Dortmund and Real Madrid as well, they both like to... Gabriel Olori has just asked, is it a good game? It is good. It's gone a bit slow in the last 10 minutes, but both teams trying to play football. I'd say 2-1's probably the best reflection. It's 1-0 at the moment, but 2-1 based on the chances. The final ball of Dortmund, I've watched them play twice this season now. I watched them play Spurs 2 weeks ago and again tonight. And I always try to watch, I'd say, most of the big name European sides. I try and watch them about 10 times a season, which is sometimes a bit of a commitment. So this is the second time I've watched Dortmund. Is he offside? He wasn't. He was offside. Aubameyang. He was put through one-on-one. He's on the penalty spot. Beat the offside trap, he thought, with a slide rule pass. He's onside again. Well, no, he's probably off. His top part of his body's offside. His legs are level. But of course, against Spurs a couple of weeks ago, he was onside and it wasn't given. J.R. O'Neill says, do Southampton and Roma. Kieran Byrne says, when is FIFA 18 out? It's out on Friday on PS4. I think it's already out for some people on Xbox, but I'm on PS4. And you can buy it early and get it on PS4 now. But I'm probably going to wait till Friday just because of commitments. But here goes Aubameyang down the right-hand channel. He's going to hit a silly cross here. And the foul has been given. Foul's been given just on the edge of the D for Real Madrid, and it's a yellow card for Carvalho. I can always get his name. I want to call him Carvalho. I can't even do that now. Carvalho, but it's Carvajal, isn't it? So a decent area for a free kick here. It's a shame they haven't got Pulisic and he's won with the left foot. How far do you say England will make it in the World Cup, says Even Nolan? Well, let's talk about that in a couple of weeks. Because we'll be doing England watch-alongs in the international break. Shane Caulfield says, I've been with United Stand since 86,000 subscribers. Love it and passed it on to all my mates. Thanks for that, Shane. I will be live on the United Stand at 9:30 tonight doing the preview for CSK Moscow. But at the moment we're on That's Football, which is a general channel. And I think Aubameyang's going to hit this. I'm just drinking water, Sophie. Nothing longer than that. I've still got a bit of a cold and a sore throat. And I've got to go to the dentist tomorrow. I've got a right terrible toothache. Another yellow card here for, I don't know whether it's Modric or Ramos for not getting the wall back. Tottenham are winning 1-0. Luis 2705 says, yes, there'll be somebody not too happy. Andrew Kay says it's good to see Bale getting some form back in the last few weeks. It was a really well taken goal. Looked very simple, but he really caught it well. Do you think AC Milan will win the Europa League, says Cathal Jorge? They're not doing particularly well in Serie A. I mean, I was thinking about doing AC Milan on FIFA 18, but they did buy a lot of players, and people will say, oh, it's too easy. So, I'd rather do Juventus than them. But Aubameyang with the free kick into the wall. Doesn't even go for a corner, it's a throw-in. Tottenham 1-0 up, which I think is good in the interests of this group because Dortmund will be aware of that. And I think if Dortmund have got no points at the end of this group and then Real Madrid and Spurs have got 6, psychologically that could be Dortmund into the Europa League, which is something Arsenal will not want. Jay Krishna says, do Napoli from Serie A. That's a good one. That is a good one. Corner for Dortmund. Just reading some of your comments there. It's come to nothing. Who would win out of United and PSG and why, says James Bowman? I think United would win. Yeah, I think United would win. I'm not in awe of PSG. I don't think PSG are a great side at all. Just because they bought Neymar and Mbappe, it doesn't mean that they're suddenly a great team. I don't really think their league's that good. And be interesting to see what happens with PSG and Bayern tomorrow, because I think Bayern, sorry, not Bayern. I tell you what, the Dortmund ground is very impressive when it steps back. If the German league was any good, I would do Dortmund FIFA career mode just to beat Bayern Munich. But it's such a boring league to play week in, week out. It's a bit like La Liga. I mean, La Liga is just a boring league. Here we go. Keeper's got to get up. He did. Just get up ahead of Ronaldo there. Pulisic is right-footed, says Cali United. He's not. He's two-footed for a start, but he's got a very good left foot. His dominant foot could be right, but he's got a very good left foot, and he works very well on the left. Jay Krishna says Leicester on FIFA 18 would be a good team to do. You know what? They would, but I think the reason people aren't voting for Leicester is because they actually already have won the league, haven't they? So they would be a good team to do, but you can only replicate what they've done. I think Southampton, Spurs, Everton, they're all teams that they haven't won the league, have they? And I think Spurs was top on the Twitter poll, and I do quite like the idea of Spurs because they are in the Champions League and they are at they're playing at their games at Wembley, and they've got a few good players, but I think there's one or two I'd like to bring in there, i.e. they haven't really got any width, though I probably would be looking for Pulisic. Is Dortmund. They've still got it. Could get one before half time here. Real Madrid clear it though with Ramos. It's good to see Goats back, says John Keogh. Yeah. And Real Madrid on the break here. Ronaldo, he's going to go into the box with a one-on-one situation. Stands him up, gets the shot away. Oh, blocked. Ronaldo wanted a penalty, but I think it was blocked in the body. And I think Real Madrid are dealing with Dortmund very well. I like Real Madrid's defence. I like Varane and Ramos. I think they're the best centre-back partnership in the world. Dortmund just look toothless to me. I've always liked Aubameyang. I'm surprised Aubameyang's still at Dortmund because I think if he was in the Premier League, he'd score a lot of goals. Here's Ronaldo again into the box. Little 1-2. That should be. Oh, he just hits it wide. You put your money on him scoring there. I think it would have been game over though if he'd got it. That was not a handball, so that's fine. Who will be your first buy on FIFA Career Mode? Well, it is nearly half time, so it depends who I'm going to be, really. I definitely would be looking at people like Pulisic from Dortmund, although I don't know how cheap he would be, but he is still a little bit young, so he might be reasonable. I would definitely be looking at Kluivert from Ajax. I like to play with width, as people will know who watch me on the United stand. I get very angry about the lack of width and the ability to put a cross in. But it depends on the club. Although, in relation to Southampton, they've got Redmond, who I do like. In relation to Spurs, they don't really have any width, so I would be getting a couple of wingers in. In relation to Everton, again, I would like to get a bit of width in. So that's the first thing I'll be doing on my FIFA Career Mode. Beck Howell, please reiterate it again and again, says Jay Krishna. Who will be the top scorer in the Champions League? Says Sophie. I think the top scorer is probably going to be that man I'm just looking at there, Cristiano Ronaldo. And a free header there for Ramos from a corner. He knows he should have put it away. He should have put it away. Dortmund at the back are terrible. Ramos, completely free, edge of 6-yard box. Heads it wide. Madrid should have put this game to bed in the last 2 minutes. It's still 1-0, which will give Dortmund a bit of hope, but I ain't been impressed with Dortmund, to be honest. I have not been impressed with Dortmund at all. Aubameyang. Going down the left channel this time. Little slip in. Into Goats. Half time. Half time, 1-0. By Perisic on career mark. I think it probably will be the first signing I make, if I'm totally honest. I make no complaints about that at all. Come on then, throw me some questions because it is half time. Let's have a look at what the scores are at the moment. So, Liverpool 1-1 with Spartak Moscow, 0-0 for City and Shakhtar Donetsk. Spurs are 1-0 up at Apo Nicosia with a goal from that man, Harry Kane. Real Madrid, which we're watching, 1-0. Sevilla 2-0 against Maribor. Napoli still 1-0 up against Feyenoord. Besiktas are 2-0 up against RP Leipzig. And Porto are beating Monaco 1-0. And for all those cheeky gits out there saying, how are Forest doing? I don't support Forest. I'm just from Nottingham. But let's have a look. They're drawing 1-1 against Fulham. Norwich are beating Middlesbrough and they're away from home. Cardiff are beating Dirty Leeds 2-0. And Aston Villa's revival is well and truly up under Steve Bruce. They are 3-0 up at half-time against Burton. They're doing better than United did last week. Derby beating Brentford 1-0 and Barnsley beating QPR 1-0 as well. I tell you what, Aston Villa look like they're on a run now. If you've got any interest in that, I would like to see Aston Villa back in the Premier League. I want to see big clubs in the Premier League. And yeah, so that's your half-time scores. Let's come back to you. 3-0 to Villa, Beck, at half-time. Right. James Bauman and a couple of people are saying, what do you think about the Neymar and Cavani situation? I think Neymar is a very spoiled boy. And that's what I think about that. Ronaldo's going to double on this match, says Loic Surf. Asan Gamer says, do a Forest career and I will send you 100 quid. Yeah, we were talking about doing a Forest career just for a bit of a laugh, but I've done championship careers before, but it's that commitment of spending a whole season in the championship and then I just find it really boring. I want to just get in the Premier League, so maybe in the future I'll do one, but my first two are definitely going to be a Premier League club and then and probably simultaneously do a Serie A one as well. Why do people say that you're a Forest fan, says Mohammed? Because I'm from Nottingham. It's, yeah, whatever. I think Ronaldo has been poor, says Man United. He's certainly not in his groove yet, but a bit like Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid are very sort of in sync with Ronaldo, and I think Ronaldo so far has been this season a little bit lacking sharpness, but he's still a cracking player, I tell you, and I'd argue that with anybody. He's a cracking player. Dortmund going to come back, I believe, says Clinton Tay. I think it's set up perfectly for Dortmund to get back into the game. They should be 2-0 down, but they're not. It's currently 1-0 to Real Madrid, and whilst it's only 1-0, I think that gives them a chance, a good chance to get back into it. Such an impressive ground though, Dortmund. Such an impressive ground. Anyway, I don't want to talk about FIFA 18 too much, but there will be FIFA 18 career modes going up on this channel. I mean, amongst all the other stuff that we do on here, it's a generic football channel, as many of you will know now. So if you just love football, this is the channel for you. We're going to do watch-alongs. We don't follow any specific club. We just pick random games that we want to watch. So City and Chelsea will be the next one on Saturday. We'll have some FIFA stuff. We'll have a Premier League preview as normal, and we will start doing the call-ins as soon as we've got a few more fans from other clubs. That's the big thing. We know, obviously, I'm a United fan, so we've got a lot of people who've come over from the United stand on here. But we need to mix it up. So if you know fans of other clubs, get them involved. Subscribe. Real Madrid never won against Dortmund away, says XMS Ass Hearse. Yes. Roma career mode, says Jose Castro. Yeah, I'm thinking of Roma does really intrigue me. Roma career mode does intrigue me. No Totti anymore, which is really sad. But yeah, Roma would be a real challenge. I'll think on about that one. Napoli might not be bad because they're in the Champions League. That is an attraction. I shan't lie to you. It is an attraction. As are Roma and Juventus. I forgot about Roma being in the Champions League. Yeah, Roma's starting to appeal to me. I think Roma's got a lot of. I know what Roma's got. I'm surprised nobody said it. 9 Golan. Oh yes. No, that'll do me. The Bale goal was fantastic, by the way. Lovely cross by Carvajal and right onto his foot. Just looking back at the chances in the half. Bale getting a shot away again. Bale looks good. Bale looks very good. What difficulty level do you play, Jay Krishna? I normally play world class, but I haven't played FIFA really for about 8 months. So I'm going to have a few games on professional, I think, to start off with. But it won't take me long to get up onto world class. I like to play world class. But I don't want to ruin the start of my career mode by taking time to get used to it, if that makes sense. Inter Milan maybe, says Cathal. I think Roma's more of a challenge, and it's more interesting because they're in the Champions League as well. Do Valencia, they have Spanish League presentation, and Valencia has Pereira, says Sims Abel. Well, who's to say I wouldn't sign Pereira at Roma? City Shakhtar Donetsk is a good game, says Mohamed Maras. Well, I think this has been a good game. We might pop over onto that. Beck Howell says that FIFA 18 is really slow. It's gone like Pro Evo. It's gone a bit like real football. We'll see how it goes. Brendan Casey says you should do Napoli. I'm going to have a look at both squads, but Roma or Napoli, I think it will be either Roma or Napoli on the Serie A career mode. And then it will be Southampton, Spurs or Everton in the Premier League one. Just showing the Spurs Cyprus game. So Spurs v Cyprus. Spurs versus Apple Nicosia, and they did it at the bar. They hit the bar. Loris beaten all ends up. This is what I like about European football, though. I've always loved it, even as a kid. It's the magic of going and playing abroad against other clubs and testing yourself and the different stadia and all that. Brilliant. And Harry Kane took his goal very well. A bit defensively naive, trying to play a high line. A long ball out from the back, along the ground. And he took it well, Harry Kane. 1-0 to Spurs. If they get 3 points there, that'd be massive for them in relation to getting through the group. Rooney Checo is laughing at Liverpool drawing. I think Liverpool would take that result. Sevilla will probably get through the group in first place, but I think Liverpool will get through that group. Jose Castro says Roma has the closest player to Roy Keane. Ongoing. Yeah, exactly. That's what would make me sway towards Roma over Napoli. And who are the dark horses for the Champions League and top 4 in the Premier League? Says Brendan Casey. Dark horses for the Champions League and top 4 in the Premier League. I don't think there is any dark horses. It will definitely be Manchester United, Man City, Chelsea. And then I think it will be Spurs, Liverpool or Arsenal. There'll be nobody else getting into the top 4. I'd love to say Everton, but unless I'm managing them on FIFA 18, it ain't going to happen. Thanks for the moderators tonight. I know George Kyle's on there and Tube Tubes. Can Spurs win the Champions League if they risk losing top 4? Says Kyle Malley. I don't think Spurs can win the Champions League. I'm not convinced any English club can win the Champions League, but I certainly wouldn't put Spurs as any higher than United, City or Chelsea for the simple reason I think Spurs. I like Spurs, but I watched them at Wembley against Dortmund, and Dortmund are losing this game. But how they lost against Spurs, they deserve to lose because there's no points given out for dominating possession and being the better team. It's how many times you put it in the back of the net. But Dortmund were definitely the better side against Spurs, so I don't think there's any reason to think that Spurs can win it. I mean, it's not impossible, but I wouldn't expect them to. And Beck Howell, thanks to Beck, moderating as well. Other people asking to be mods. And we're not big enough at the moment to have more than 3 mods. If we do get bigger, we'll keep an eye on who the people who want to do it. James Bauman says, do an Atletico Madrid career mode. I'm not doing a La Liga career mode because La Liga bores me to tears. It's just not. We're going to start off with the Premier League one. We're also going to do simultaneous Serie A one because I want to educate the world in Serie A and what a great league it is. And it is the second most competitive league in the world behind the Premier League. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to educate the world on Serie A because not enough people watch Serie A football, and we're going to have a good bit of laugh with that. Nathan Heath says Spartak Moscow are a good team. Isaac Owusu says Real Madrid are the best. Well, they currently are at the moment. And Chad Sproul says that Diego Costa got confirmed 20 minutes ago. I thought it had already been confirmed, so I suppose it's official now, isn't it? But it's no great surprise. When will FIFA 18 career mode start on this channel? When I've downloaded it, I will get it. I'll probably download it tonight. I just don't know whether I want to spend the extra money, because the earliest I can do a career mode is not before Thursday night anyway, because it's probably going to be Friday night, so I may as well just wait and start on the weekend, and then we can do a few streams over the weekend. Stephen O'Brien says, when you've got homework to do but Real Madrid and Dortmund are playing, look, you know, we've all been there with the homework. Well, some of you might not have been, but it won't matter one night. And you know, this group for me is the best group in the Champions League this year, and I'll be watching whoever, because there's always, every 2 weeks or every time the Champions League's on, it's either going to be Spurs, Dortmund or Real Madrid have got to play each other, so I will watch that game. And it's the best group on a Tuesday night as well. I don't think the other groups really throw up any great tie. Liverpool, Sevilla maybe, City, Napoli, Monaco. If it was, no, this is definitely the best group on the. Well, they'll play Wednesday night as well, but you know what I mean. This side of the group, this is definitely the best set of games within the group. Second half's about to kick off. I can believe we've had 405 dislikes. People just do not get the idea of a watch-along, do they? But oh well. We won't. Pulisic, is he coming on? That's not Pulisic. They should get him on. That's Pulisic. I'm stunned that Pulisic isn't playing, by the way. The great channel says, so how's everyone doing? Hopefully everyone's going well. Yeah, a really enjoyable game so far. And PSG versus Bayern tomorrow. I'd love to have watched it, but United are playing, and I'll be doing the United stand for that. I can't miss United playing. Jay Krishna says, can you give a shout out to World of Entertainment? It's a channel and it has a couple of videos of me doing match reactions and previews. There you go. Chad says, I know you've got some vodka in that water bottle. I don't know where people get this myth that I drink. Anyway, no one's noticed I've had my haircut. I haven't had an alcoholic drink since the weekend, which was whiskey, which was medicinal, which I might have a quick shot of before the end of this game, because I've got to do the United stand preview for CSKA Moscow. Fionn Curtin says, what a strike by Bale, just joined. Evening everyone. Hello Fionn. It was a cracking goal, a really good goal by Bale, on the full volley as well, and sort of passed it into the net. Not many people can do that. Most people had blasted it on the top of their foot, which would have probably gone in harder and been a really good finish, but to pass it in like that, the technique is absolutely superb, and people didn't, for people to say they don't want him. Right, can Dortmund get back into it? The game is nearly ready to kick off. Hamani says, what do you think Bayern Munich need to do to win the UEFA Champions League? I think Bayern Munich are always going to be a threat in the Champions League. I think they can do it. I don't know whether they suffer with a bit of a psychological block when it comes to Barcelona and Real Madrid, because they're definitely good enough to do it. They've got a very, very good team, Bayern Munich. But they always just seem to just not be quite there. And they have the same benefits of Real Madrid and Barcelona, that they play in a league that they pretty much know they're going to win, and certainly by the time it gets to March, they're in a very comfortable position that they can totally focus on the Champions League. So there's no reason why Bayern Munich couldn't win the Champions League, but they need to sort of move past it themselves. They've got the quality. They've definitely got the quality. Although a lot of their quality is aging quality now with people like Ribéry and Raban. What is your favourite sports beside football, says Stephen O'Brien? I'm seasonal, so I start to quite like rugby when the autumn internationals. I do like tennis in the summer. I watch a lot of major sports, but I don't really follow. I watch the major events, and I'll pretty much like most sports, but I don't really follow another sport like football because there's so much football. It'd be very hard to follow another sport if you're into football because, you know, I've got the club I support, which takes up a lot of my time, but then there'll be other games during the week that I want to watch from, you know, around Europe. So, you know, football takes up most of my time. But I do like other sports. I watch the cricket if it's a decent series. I was down when Ashes was 2 summers ago, wasn't it? England, Australia. I was down Edgbaston watching that, so I do like the cricket. But you know what? I'm never shy to say that I absolutely, you know, you can't beat the atmosphere at a football match. But I'm sorry, I'm a bit of an armchair fan. The older I get, I hate. I'll never go and watch cricket again. The ball moves too quick. At least when you're watching it on the TV, you've got a great angle and you can see the ball. Here we go! How have they not scored there? Cross comes into the box. Poor. I mean, it's a good clearance by Varane, but the player who heads it back across the box, he should be going for the goal himself. It's Yarmolenko, isn't it? He's in. He's got the right side, the bounce. Why doesn't he go for goal? He tries to head it back across the 6-yard line for Aubameyang to finish, who's got Carvajal and Varane next to him. He's got to go for goal himself there. Poor decision making by Dortmund again. Same against Spurs at Wembley. That final ball, that final shot, they get into good positions. They're just not clinical enough. Goats with the corner. Cleared. That should have been it. 2-0 are up. Brilliant by Varane, says the Great Channel, but I think that it was a wrong decision by Yarmolenko. He's got to go for goal himself there. You're 1-on-1 with the ball in the air. Keeper's not going to get there in time. He could have let it fall onto his foot. Beck Howell says, how about hockey? I like ice hockey, not normal hockey. Theon Curtin says, Yarmolenko was a snip at 25 million. Not when you've seen this chance. He gets it all wrong. I don't know what he's trying to do. His whole time he's thinking about assisting when he should just be going for goal. Such a good chance. Hala Madrid says, Rimpang Papagayo. And Cathal says, go to a match at Crow Park. It's a great atmosphere. I've been to Crow Park. I'm not going to tell you what band I went to see, if you can call them a band. Modric on the attack. No, he misplaces a pass there. Next goal's going to be the killer in this. I look smart. I'm not that smart. I've got me old Lyle Scott top on. Active Dan says Varane is the best defender in the world. I don't disagree with you, Active Dan. I think he's a fantastic defender. Really do. I'll tell you what, all this talk of FIFA 18, I'm half tempted to just download it tonight, get set up and do a stream at 11 o'clock. Don't get me tempted. Well, Madrid are on the attack now with Ramos. He's getting forward a lot. Cross comes in. Ronaldo just a little bit too high, but he had the leap. That famous leap. Dortmund are going to have to switch this around if they want to get back into it. At the moment, it is all Real Madrid, and it's Bale, and the cross comes in, and Ronaldo finishes, and that is that. That'll be 2-0, and that will be it. I feel that will be the end of the game. They will not come back from that, Dortmund. Too easy. Bale, Ronaldo, 2-0. Good night. Too easy. Way too easy. Two-0 Madrid. Well, Bale's got an assist and a goal. Yeah. You know, I can't understand why. Well, I can only speak for United fans, but why they wouldn't have wanted Bale in that left position. Oh, it'd just be a revelation. There's a lot of interchangeability though, isn't it? He's over on the right at the moment, and him and Ronaldo swap around. But with Isco in behind them, it's a joy to behold. And I don't see a way back for Dortmund now. I hope I'd get Pulisic. I can't understand why Pulisic wasn't playing. He was so good at Wembley. This should be 3. Get the pass away. Ronaldo into the box. Lays it off. Cruz. He's playing keep ball now. Cameron Wilson saying, why is Ronaldo better than Messi? I think, you know, the Ronaldo-Messi debate really just comes down... City have scored, they're 1-0 up. The Ronaldo-Messi debate really does come down to what football's all about, really. Football's all about opinion. And I would take Ronaldo over Messi every day of the week, because the way I want to play football, Ronaldo would suit my side better than Messi. I want wingers who can put crosses into the box, and I want somebody in the box who can get on the end of it. And Ronaldo serves that purpose. Messi... At the moment, he's the better footballer. You know, somebody who can get hold of the ball, go past 4 players, everything like that. You know, he is the better footballer, but I would take Ronaldo. But there's no end to that debate. It's one of the most ridiculous debates there is, because the Ronaldo-Messi debate cannot be finalised, because some people will get very passionate about it being Messi. Some people will get very passionate about it being Ronaldo. And the reality is, you've just got to live with your opinion, because you won't change minds. There's no definitive answer. Another yellow card here, this time to a Dortmund player. Goal and assist from Bale. The king is back, says David. And the Great Channel says Ronaldo and Messi are the best players to ever play football. Toprak's just gone into the book there. Toprak. Top cat. Did Mark realise Madrid got their second goal, says Chad? No, I just spoke about Ronaldo killing the game off about 5 minutes ago in silence. I did. So City are winning, Spurs are winning, and Liverpool are drawing. So the English clubs are doing well. Italians with Napoli 2-0 up as well. They're doing very well against Feyenoord. I would imagine it will be Napoli and... City who get through that group. I think City will win that group, to be honest. If they beat Shakhtar, I think they'll win that group. Juni4 says, who's done well, Messi or Ronaldo? Well, Ronaldo tonight, because Messi's playing tomorrow. Whoa, it's 2-1. Game on. Good cross. Aubameyang's on the end of it. It's 2-1. It's game on. We wanted that. From a neutral point of view, we did want Dortmund to score. I'm sorry, Real Madrid fans, but we want to see a game on, and... it is 2-1. Cross comes in. I think it might be Philippe. Crosses it. It's a lovely cross in between Varane and Ramos. And Aubameyang just gets his foot there before Ramos. And from that close to the goal, 6 yards away, pokes it in. Keeper can't do anything. Uses the pace of the cross. 2-1. Game on. Aubameyang. George Kyle says it was his predicted score. I'm just glad that it's back close again. Because we've still got half an hour to go in this game, and it just makes it that little bit more exciting. Although Real Madrid on the attack here, they might make a mistake. It's Bale. Oh, he kicks thin air. Both teams to score in this game was absolutely inevitable, isn't it? Which BT is it on, Mark? Says V Lee. It's not. It's on BT Extra, but you've got to click the red button, because I think BT... which is British Telecom Sports in the UK, they're showing on their 3 channels City, Liverpool and Spurs. So I went to the Spurs game, hit the red button, and then you can pick whatever Champions League game you want. Johnny Blaze 23 says, "Come on, tie these fake Madrid scum." How is Orba not at a top club, e.g. Madrid, Barcelona, United, to be on? I was stunned actually that Aubameyang stayed at Dortmund this summer. I can't understand why that was. You think about all these clubs who... Well, he wanted to come to Real Madrid, didn't he? It's his dream to play for Real Madrid, but Real Madrid obviously feel they don't need him. Here's Cruz edge of the box. You feel that Real Madrid want to just go up a gear and get this game won. Good defending there. They need to get rid of it though. I'm surprised. I'll keep saying it until he brings him on. I don't know why Pulisic isn't playing in this game. It's 2-1 at the moment to Real Madrid. Dortmund have just got one back. We've got about 35 minutes left. I think it's going to be a cracking last 35 minutes. Cross comes in again. Oof, keeper gets hold of it. It was on the ground. Chad, I thought it was bad, but I didn't want to sound sarcastic. Sophie's going to join us on the United stand at 9:30. See you in a bit, Sophie. Forest have just scored, says Brendan. Obviously, I'm not keeping an eye on that. What's the score? It's 2-1. It's 2-1. If you're new to the That's Football channel, make sure you click that subscribe button, the icon in the bottom right hand corner, and join the football revolution on That's Football. We're going to do a lot of watch-alongs, a lot of big games, got lots of other content as well. We're going to do call-ins. It's the channel for all football fans, no matter who you support. We want your opinions. You're part of the show with the live comments. Whether you're... I'm not a Dortmund fan, I'm not a Madrid fan. It's a game I wanted to watch tonight. So it's an opportunity for us all, whatever, debates, get involved. Tell your friends, because that's what That's Football's all about. And the more rival fans we have on here, or say rivals, more fans of different clubs we have, the better the debates are going to be. Kieran Higgins says, "Mark, do you rate Benzema?" I totally forgot about Benzema actually. I think he must be injured. He's not on the bench, is he? Chad Sproul's just realised he's 15 minutes behind on the stream. Fresh trim marks, as said Jamie. Well done, pal. You're the first one to notice tonight. Anyway, free kick for Real Madrid here. This should be in. Oh, it was. I think it was Nacho, wasn't it? Getting on there. Keeper straight at the keeper. They've gone for a long ball. Madrid still in the ascendancy. It's 2-1 with half an hour to go. So nobody's won yet. David Donata. Mark, have you ever watched the MLS? I think the standard is around League 2 in England. Thoughts, says Vincent O'Hara. I've tried to get... I mean, I love football, so I've tried to get into the MLS, but you're right. It's just not going to take off with European fans because the quality is just not good enough. It's not. It's a retirement home for Premier League club players or players who aren't good enough to be in England. Good defending there by the Dortmund defender. It was just about to drop on the volley for Ronaldo. Dortmund just need to hang in here. They've got a boxer's chance. They've just got to hang in because Real Madrid are going for the kill again. They were 2-0 up. Dortmund just got back at 2-1, but Real Madrid seem to be a bit annoyed by that, and they've gone up a gear at the moment. So Dortmund need to hang in and then try and get a foot back in and build from there. I wish I could see live video, not the commentary, says Ray Radhi. Well, you know, I wish we could show it you, but that's not how it works, I'm afraid. Great channel says the Champions League games are very quiet tonight. Well, I think we've picked the right game for the second Champions League week in a row, haven't we? This is the place to be. Dortmund versus Real Madrid. Two big clubs in Europe going head to head in a game that, well, neither of them can afford to lose. But Dortmund cannot afford to lose this game. Lost at Wembley against Spurs. If they lose tonight, they're going to be 6 points behind Spurs and Madrid by the looks of it. And can you come back from that? Well, of course you can, because they've got to play Spurs here. But they've then got to go to the Bernabeu. They're not going to have enough chance. Oh, good defending. Another cross aiming for Aubameyang, but it's Ramos who gets his foot and clear. Real Madrid suffering with the cross at the moment. Yarmolenko hits it, deflects off a Real Madrid player, and the keeper grasps hold of it. Nearly on the hour mark. You would expect Dortmund to make a couple of subs soon, but they haven't so far. They're going to now. It's a double substitution. Weigl, and it's not Pulisic. It's not Pulisic. Weigl's coming on for Sahin and Dahoud's coming on for Toljan. Disappointing, that is. I love Pulisic. Get him on. Johnny Blaze 23's like me. Why isn't Pulisic coming on? I don't know why he wasn't bloody starting. It's 2-0 to Spurs anyway, so they are going to get the 3 points tonight. So unless Dortmund turn something around here against Madrid, they're going to be 6 points adrift of Madrid and Spurs, which I think will make it hard for Dortmund. Be funny though, because they'll be in the Europa League. Arsenal won't like it. Madrid look like they're going to get the third goal in a minute. Dortmund defending bravely, but they need to do a little bit more on the attack. I'm not even sure. A point is good enough. Spurs, Real Madrid next. Can't wait for that. I think that's the one where we will do that. We're not going to do Dortmund, are we? Against the Cypriots. Anyway, here is Dortmund coming down the right. Yarmolenko slips him in. This could be... Oh, keeper's done fantastically well there. I think the Dortmund player thought he was going to commit. He didn't. And now it's Madrid. Modric. You just think that Real Madrid have just got that little bit more. Bale down the left. Already got an assist and a goal. Oh, he nearly gets another assist there. Great cross. Modric on the end of it. Straight into the keeper though. The game is stretched now. From a neutral perspective, you'd want a Dortmund goal because it will just make it very, very interesting. But here's Aubameyang. No, Ramos is going to get there. And that's a foul. Addy says, I'd love to see Dortmund go to Europa and play Arsenal. The game is end to end, says the great channel. Dislikes have overtaken the likes. Not bothered. Really not bothered. What are you supposed to do? People can't read. It says it's a watch-along, but, you know, whatever. I would love to see Dortmund go... Yeah, we've already read that. Hello, says Football Red Devils. Hello. Ronaldo. Oh, that's late. That's very late. He's going to have to get a yellow card. Weigl. I know you've just come on and said it's your first, but it was very late. It's a total yellow card. Oh, definite. There's absolutely no complaints about that. 100% a yellow. Mun0803 says... Do a Bayern versus PSG watch along tomorrow, please. I'd love to do it. Xander's the one you need to moan at. He won't do it because he wants to watch United. But I'm already committed tomorrow night because I'll be watching United anyway. I wouldn't not do that. But I'm doing a watch along on the United stand for the United game tomorrow, so I can't be in two places at once. So this is why we want to get more people involved on That's Football, because we need to cover games like that when we can't do them. 25 minutes to go. Andrew K says, I don't think Arsenal realise how the Europa League throws off the Premier League preparation with those Thursday matches and obscure travelling destinations. Look, I've said it for years. It doesn't matter what English clubs are in the Europa League. Your Premier League form. I think Chelsea are the only team who's finished in the top four and won it, and that was a long time ago. You cannot do the Premier League and Europa League. It becomes too much. You saw it with United last year. We've seen it with other clubs like Spurs. Good. Oh, he's nearly in. Great defensive play by Nacho there. Last ditch. Real Madrid are going to need a goal to kill this game. It's a long ball by Modric into Bale. He's gone down looking for a penalty. He's not getting one. Play on. Needed to stay on his feet, Bale there. But yeah, the Europa League will destroy your Premier League form, and Arsenal at some point, if presuming they get that far, are going to have to commit to one or the other because you can't do both. There's been some good tackles in the last 2 minutes from both sides. Long hit. That was Weigl. there's going to be a goal in a minute. The game's too open. It's end to end. It's a cracking game. Really good football in it, and good defending. A little slip in there. Varane's followed him very, very well. The defence, if play from both sides in this second half, has been very, very good. Dortmund being roared on here. Still don't understand why Pulisic isn't part of the game, but maybe I don't know. I don't follow Dortmund enough to know, but I'd have him in the team. Shaka Phillips has just asked the weirdest question I've ever seen. Do you think Schneiderlin has the potential to be the perfect partner for Pogba? Newsflash, Schneiderlin was at United and got sold. We'll never sign him again. 3-0 to Spurs, says the great channel. Thoughts on Liverpool bottling it, Mark? It was 1-1 last time I saw. I think Liverpool will be more than happy with 1-1. There you go. Johnny Blaze says, do you think Manchester United could beat Dortmund at full strength? Oh, without a doubt. I think United would beat Dortmund. Spurs beat them. I think Dortmund are they're a good team, but they just, in the final third, they just seem a little bit off. Although, another cross, and Aubameyang gets there first again. He flicks it round the keeper, and it's into the side netting. And I tell you what, if you're on the other side of the pitch at that match, you think that's in because it hits the net. But it's side netting. That's horrible, that is. But it's a good cross. And he pokes it just wide. Aubameyang's been impressive in this half. He's shown what I haven't seen from him in both games I've watched in a game and a half. But this second half, back, looking like the player that I've always really rated. George Kyle says, Tube's loving the Spurs game. Man United says, do you agree Ramos is overrated and not a great defender? I love Ramos. I have to disagree. I love Ramos. I think that one of the great things I like about Ramos is his ability in the air. I really, really do like Ramos. So I disagree. Real Madrid need to make a substitution, says X Smash Ers. Yeah, they haven't made a sub, have they? And I think they probably do need to. But their bench doesn't look that strong to me. And naivety, ignorance, I don't really know a lot of them. Oh no, that's gone out. It's a cross. Football Guy says, are you going to be live at 11 o'clock? I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises about doing the FIFA 18 thing tonight. There will be a FIFA 18 career mode, and it's going to go up on this channel. We're going to do a Serie A one. I reckon that's going to be Roma. I think we've pretty much agreed on that. The Premier League one is still not decided. It's going to be Spurs, Everton or Southampton. And the reason for that is I want to start off with teams that are exciting and competitive, but with potential to get another job elsewhere. Or build something. But at the moment, we've got 20 minutes to go. Bayern need to take at least a point from Paris tomorrow, says Fionn Curtin. They do. (2-1) is the score, Carlos. It's 2-1 to Real Madrid at the moment. We're very close to 16,500 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button. Drop a like on the video. We're nearly level with dislikes. Please do drop a like. It's not that important when you've got 526 dislikes, but it'd be nice to get ahead. And make sure you subscribe. It would be nice to hit 16,500. If you found the channel, look, everybody's welcome. It's a football community channel. No matter who you support, we're going to do call-ins. And hopefully we're going to get call-ins from people all over the world, whoever they support. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about, really. The big talking points in football. Whether it's PSG destroying football, FIFA, your club, as the season develops, World Cup, international watch-alongs. We've got Chelsea City on Saturday. Potentially Real Madrid Espanyol on Sunday. We've got international football. We're going to do Wales v Ireland and both England games. Maybe one from South America. So there's loads and loads to get involved with. If you love football, get involved with That's Football. Spread the word. Spread your mate channels. And we'll be doing little 10-minute videos. Real Madrid nearly scored again. We'll be doing little 10-minute clips like we do a Premier League preview on a Thursday night at 8:30. Did a video this morning about, you know, who is the best striker in the Premier League at the moment. So lots of stuff like that. And it's a very young channel, so we will be getting other people involved as well. We want, you know, me and Xander are doing it at the moment, but we do want to get other people involved. Here we go. This could be game over. Isco over the bar. Found him on the right side. Again, probably could have done a little bit of a cross. Went for goal. Went for glory. When am I on the United stand, says Kofi. Straight after this game. Straight after this game, we've got the CSKA Moscow preview. Zidane not happy. 3 goals for Harry Kane, says Wicked. So many strikers in the Premier League doing well at the moment. Morata, Lukaku, Harry Kane, Aguero. Even Lacazette got 2 yesterday. It's 2-0 to Porto against Monaco. Monaco have lost a lot of good players, haven't they? But you wouldn't expect them to be losing at home to Porto, really. PSG are just going to run away with that league, aren't they? Boring. But again, PSG, like Bayern Munich and Real Madrid and Barcelona, when it comes to March, if they're still in the Champions League, it's a massive advantage because they're playing in leagues that they've effectively won that aren't competitive. Still stunned that Dortmund have not used Pulisic tonight. Really am. Ahem. 20 minutes to go. Okay, that's the throw-in. Andrew K says, no more homework, happy to be done with university. Well done, Andrew. Okay, George Kyle says that Man United has just made the best comment of the night. Okay, let me read it for you then. He says, Mark, love you, but being good in the air does not mean you are a great defender. Jesus, Smalling is good in the air, but not a good defender. I do rate Varane. He is brilliant. I like Ramos anyway. I mean, he is very good in the air. That's not the only reason I like him. I do like Ramos. I can't help it. I said it in the first half, and somebody else said he's like the Diego Costa of defenders. If he doesn't play for your team, you think he's an absolute arsehole, and I understand that. But I'd love him to play for my team. He very nearly did, but cross coming in again. I think Dortmund have realised that crosses from the left are their best asset. I mean, they've scored one and they nearly scored another. Right, Pulisic is coming on now. He's going to get the last 20 minutes. Let's have a look what's going on in the world of football. Well, Champions League football anyway. We've got Porto. I thought Porto were 2-0. City have got a penalty, so they're probably going to finish that game off. Oh no, Aguero's missed that penalty. Okay. Against Liverpool, apparently, according to BBC. They've obviously got somebody who's not on the ball. Napoli 3-0 up against Feyenoord, which, you know, City got a load of plaudits for battering Feyenoord, didn't they? Napoli are doing the same. Tottenham 3-0, as we know. City 1-0, could have been 2, missed a penalty. 1-1 with Liverpool and Spartak Moscow. Liverpool, you know, that's not a bad result for Liverpool. Liverpool will just want to get out of the group, and I think that will over the 2 games they play against Spartak Moscow. That will sort them out. Good run from the back here by Varane. Finds Isco out on the left. Good running from the back with Varane there. It's created the space. Isco goes for goal. Good save by the keeper, who I've not been impressed with over 2 games, but that was a good save. Okay, let's have a look what's going on in the Championship. Villa are now 4-0 up away to Burton, for anybody interested in Aston Villa. Leeds have got 1 back against Cardiff City, but they're 3-1 down. Norwich still beating Middlesbrough 1-0. Okay. Didn't realise Blackburn Rovers were in League One, but they're winning 1-0. Finally, a substitution for Real Madrid. Asensio, that will please some people. He's coming on for Isco. And yeah, lots of people happy with that. A lot of people like Asensio, don't they? We're 5 subscribers away from 16,500, by the way. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. If you have subscribed, make sure you click the bell, which will be at the bottom of your screen, and select all notifications, so you get a notification every time we go live, because we're going to do a lot of live stuff on this channel. Villa are in form now. You're right, Peter Doyle. Fair play for them for sticking with Bruce, because it was looking perilous a few weeks ago, but they're not conceding goals, John Terry, and now they're scoring goals, and they're looking very consistent. I think Villa will be coming up next year. George Kyle says the best young player in the world is coming on. Yeah, Pulisic is on. I love Pulisic. He's going to be my first signing in FIFA 18, bar none, because I love wingers. It's going to be in. Coach B says Pulisic or Martial. I've got loyalty to Martial. I love Martial. I would prefer Martial over Pulisic, but I've already got him at my club, so and I won't be able to sign him on FIFA for the clubs I'm going to manage. But Pulisic, hopefully I will. I don't know how much he's going to be though. 14 minutes to go. How's the game so far, says Kofi. It's been a cracker of a game. I've really enjoyed it. Very perfect game to watch. Wanted to watch it because it was Dortmund Madrid, pick of the round really. And it's not disappointed. I think at times Real Madrid could have got away and been like 2 or 3-0 up, but Dortmund did well, deservedly, to get back into it. I think Real Madrid are good for the win at the moment. They've been the better team considering they're the away side. But Dortmund have, the defensive play in the second half, whilst it's been a bit, last ditch, has been really good, and it's on tender hooks. 2-1. Next goal is massive. I think Dortmund can't afford to lose. Very intriguing game. I've really enjoyed it from a neutral perspective. I've not really had any preference about who wins it. Just wanted a good game to watch, and it's been really good. Dortmund are on the attack at the moment, but I think Real Madrid are going to clear it with Bale, and that'll be a foul. Silly fouls they are, the nudge in the back, aren't they? When you've got a team under pressure, don't give them. Don't give them. Sander Sager says we've hit 16,500 subscribers. Well done. Well done to Sander as well. He's a part of that. That reminds me, Sander, I know I may as well tell you now because you're watching. I was watching it last night, and again, it would only go up to 480. In relation to resolution, so it still needs a little bit, because if you look at my stream, I can go up to 1080 on mine HD when I'm watching. So it's 3-1 every time I look off screen. Ronaldo scores. That is why Ronaldo's the best in the world. 3-1. What a finish it was as well. Slipped in by Modric, running down the right hand side, onside, one touch, goal. Brilliant. I just think, maybe Ronaldo's not had the best start to the season, but on the biggest stage, in the biggest games, Ronaldo comes to town, 2 goals, game over, absolutely game over. Lovely, lovely finish. Modric again. I do feel a bit sorry for Dortmund, but Madrid have been, to be honest, Madrid have been 2 goals better. I think at Wembley a couple of weeks ago, Dortmund were the better side and Spurs hit them with sucker punches. Tonight, it's been Real Madrid. Really, 3-1 is about right. Dortmund have tried very, very hard, but the quality in the Real Madrid side is better than the quality in the Dortmund side, and that, unfortunately, is done for Dortmund. And I think Dortmund are going to struggle to get through this group now. They're going to be 6 points behind Real Madrid, 6 points behind Spurs. They've got to go to the Bernabeu. You wouldn't expect them to get anything there, so that's Madrid through. They're going to have to beat Spurs and hope that Spurs lose both games to Real Madrid, which, so Spurs probably going to beat the Cypriot team, aren't they? So that would put them on 9 points. Still to play for Dortmund, I suppose, but they're making it hard for themselves. Shaka wants me to do a film channel. Oh God, how much time do you think I've got, Shaka? I've got a plan for a new channel in the new year that I'm thinking about doing, but it's not a film channel. $112 goals in 151 Champions League games. Ronaldo is the GOAT, says Nathan. And if I'm going to nick it. If I'm totally honest, it's a cracking comment. Well, 8 minutes to go. It's a cross coming in here for Dortmund. They need to score it. Oh, they got up. We got up straight at the keeper from Aubameyang. Could have had a hat-trick on a different night. Hasn't. 3-1. Real Madrid. We're losing on dislikes again. 587 plays 586. I don't know. I don't get it. Would you put Ronaldo in your career mode? Says S Smash Hurts. Yeah. I don't know whether I'll be able to get him. Look, when I do my FIFA career mode, by the way, whether you like FIFA or not, it's entertaining because it will be like playing the games and getting the players in and everything like that. But I'm going to do it live. If you've never seen me do a career mode before, I'm live. I'm in the top right hand corner. There's a live comments, and then 3/4 of the screen is the actual gameplay. So we will do it together. We'll go for players together and stuff like that. And it's a very interactive thing. Although you don't have to watch it live. You probably enjoy it back. And I normally do about a 45-minute stream per video because I'll do like 3 games and all the stuff around it. So probably going to start on Friday. Looking forward to doing that, but it will be on this channel. But if you're not into FIFA, that's not really going to be massively about what this channel will be. We'll just put them on here. There's loads of other stuff going on. Next definite video will be Thursday night at 8:30 for the Premier League preview, which we do every week. But I think the Ronaldo doubters have got to sit down again. It's 3-1 to Real Madrid for people who are asking what the score is. Oh, I know what the dislikes on the video are for. It's totally fine. I'm not bothered by it. It's people who think that we are actually streaming the game. The reality is, we've got Watchalong in there. We want Dortmund. We want people to know we're doing a Watchalong for Dortmund versus Real Madrid. I think you can't spell it out any more than it is. Unfortunately, some people will think they're going to watch the real game. All we'd say is, you're not going to watch the game on here, and if you are watching it on YouTube, it is totally illegal anyway. But that doesn't mean people aren't going to look to try and do it, because people still do it until they get taken down. So it's a watch along. We would love to show you the game footage and still be talking about it, but actually, I like the fact that on the left of me, there's a few hundred football fans talking about the game together. I like that, and that's what the watch along's all about. Bale looks like he might be injured. He's just gone off. Maybe have taken a lark. I mean, Shaka Phillips, just in relation to the films, he said his top 5 films of all time are Force Awakens, Dark Knight, Captain America Civil War, Inception, and Empire Strikes Back. Not a bad 5. Not a bad 5. Let's keep you up to date with what's going on. I personally think it's a good result for Liverpool to draw. City grinding out a 1-0. They'll be very happy with that. Might be a sting in the tail, but that's a good result for Liverpool. Because you've got to look at it in the context of the group. I don't think they're going to catch Sevilla anyway. Sevilla and Liverpool should come through that group. Anyway, this game looks like it's about done. It's not quite Christmas yet. Why am I doing that? Hello in America, says Coy. I can't even read your name, but hello in America, mate. When is Xander going to be on the show, says JB Defour. He was on tonight. He was on last night, sorry. He got Arsenal versus West Brom. Oh, he gets the crap games. No, he's doing Chelsea City on Saturday. Because I'll be doing United Palace in the afternoon. I could do back-to-back, and I will watch Chelsea City, but got a couple of other things to do. So he's going to do Chelsea versus City on Saturday. And I'm sure he'll be on before then. He just needs to... He can go live now. He just needs to sort his resolution out a little bit. Because I'm in wonderful HD for you. Maladin said that he guessed 9 out of 10 Premier League matches for this week. Well, make sure you get yourself signed up in our Super Brew Predictor League, because that would have won you about $5,000. That's on the United stand though. I need to bring the link over onto here for the next video, which I will do. Don't worry about it. Spuddy, Maladin wants me for Chelsea versus City. I might pop on if he Skypes me. I might pop on, but I have got things. I will be watching it, but so I might pop on. This is probably going to be 4. Put Ronaldo in, you cheeky get. Oh, he could have put Ronaldo on a hat-trick there. Asensio, he just lost control of it as he went through. It just would have been nice for him to get another hat-trick, wouldn't it? Dan Butterworth, I totally agree with your comment that we need more pundits, people who support some other teams. I do agree with you. And we will be looking for that. But we've only effectively been running this channel for 3 weeks, and we've already got 2 pundits, so we will get more. I think this performance from Ronaldo, in essence, has been very similar to the Champions League final. I don't think he was absolutely brilliant, but he scored 2 goals. You know. What could Dortmund have done better? I think Dortmund should have played Pulisic from the start. I thought he was fantastic against Spurs at Wembley, and I would have played him from the start. But they've been up against it a little bit, haven't they? The quality is... Tube says, goal! Wickham have drawn level against Crew Alexander, or Crew have drawn level against them. Asensio came on for Isco. Ray. Here we go. Ooh, nearly an own goal. 3-1. Okay. I'm going to end the stream there because this game, well, let me just see what happens with the corner, but this game's pretty much over and I've got to go over onto the United stand and do a preview that was meant to start 3 minutes ago, and I've just had a message saying, where are you? I'd forgotten. I got enthralled with this game. So thanks everybody who's watched it. Really enjoyed the live stream tonight. Really enjoying doing watch-alongs for clubs that I don't support, but games I normally watch, and just getting involved and having a bit of banter and football general chat. So thanks everyone in the live comments. You've been absolutely fantastic. We'll have a video going up tomorrow. I might just do it on the walk to work. No, I won't have a chance tomorrow actually, but we'll have some content up for you tomorrow at some point on here, and definitely on Thursday with the Premier League preview, and obviously Chelsea City on Saturday evening with the watch along. But Xander might do something before then if he's got any ideas. So thanks everybody for watching. This channel is your channel. Get involved. We will be doing call-in soon, and we will also doesn't matter who you support, get involved. It's a channel for everybody. So thanks everyone who's found us tonight, new subscribers, wherever you are. Your voice matters, and I'll speak to you all very soon. But I'm off to United Stand now to do the preview on there. So if you like United, I'm on the United Stand in about 2 minutes. Thanks for watching.